right, good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. I'm recording this video right as the eclipse is very powerful, moving into Maine. Maine, I believe, has been the best place today to view the eclipse because it's so beautiful and clear here today. So let's see what energy wants to come through. All right, with this reading, I just picked up this deck. This is my Empath Oracle deck. I don't usually use it in this part of the reading, but here we go. Okay. Oh, look at this. Throat chakra. Specialness. And direction. I'm going to take one more. Winter. Okay. All right. So, right away when I got this throat chakra one, it was kind of obvious to me that it has to do with stepping up and speaking up for yourself, right? Stepping into that energy. Aries is so much about that kind of bold action. And also because we have the eclipse with Chiron, right? We have the sun and the moon conjunct with Chiron. There can be some of you who are not really wanting to say what you really need to say. And it's possible because it's sort of like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to communicate this particular thing. But then this is very different. Okay, so there's that little story there. But then there's this kind of like other piece that has to do with what you're here to do, the specialness, whatever your skill set is, but it's not skill set. This is much more about your energetic expression in the world and like, what's my direction? What am I going to do? What is my purpose? What is my point? And with this winter card here, this is something that might have been sort of percolating with you over the past winter. It might fully come into fruition as we get into this winter, which is at the very end of this year. We do have a Mars retrograde happening at the end of this year. It's going to be you sort of expressing through the energy of Cancer and then Leo. And so that can be, Leo is definitely about how do you express yourself in the world, which kind of goes back to this throat chakra piece. And if you're having trouble with that right now, I feel like that's the healing that needs to occur, because you are going to be getting, okay, now it's coming, now it's flowing. You're going to be getting some kind of awareness around what you're here to do. And this lesson, if you have lessons in speaking up for yourself or sharing any kind of information that you need to share, but it's hard to do, the healing of the throat chakra is what's happening right now so that you can step into this by the end of this year. Mars retrograde, and we are in this Aries energy, which is connected to Mars, right? The Aries energy of the eclipse, and then I'm talking about Mars at the end of the year. With that retrograde happening, Mars, it can feel a little depleting. It can feel a little bit like, I don't know what to do. I kind of want to just go to bed. I want to just pull the covers over my head. So we'll clarify a little bit about this throat chakra. Like, what is there to do and how do I work on healing this? Well, let's keep going here. But I do feel like there is some kind of special direction, right? Specialness and direction. There is some kind of special direction that's being asked of you. And you could already have an inkling of it from this past winter. Like, what were the things that went on this past winter? You might want to go back and do a little inventory of what went on, or, what you had to deal with. And then what part of it did you not stand up for yourself, or did you not speak your truth? What part of it did you not say what you need to say? Okay, so let's keep going here. Let's see what comes out in the reading. Let's see what comes out in the reading, please. All right. Of course. What are you talking about? I'm going to move this. My Labradorite is a little bit wobbly there. All right. High Priestess. I'm laughing because if this is about a spiritual direction that's coming through that you are the high priestess, there are people around you who are not aligned. Let's say we're not going to label anybody as good, bad, blah, 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 manipulative, or anything like that. I just feel like people around you are not aligned with where you're going. 5 of Pentacles, and you're moving away from it. 6 of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Cups. The Fool has been so loud recently. It's 10 of Pentacles. I just feel like you know that there's going to be some kind of some kind of situation with people around you who might be not okay. So they're likely not feeling this whole spiritual thing. These people around you, they might be very much not interested in sort of the work you're doing or something like that. I feel like you might also be feeling called to help some of these people, and they kind of just reject you. Okay. You might have reached out and done something nice for somebody. There might be a family pattern here that you reach out and do something nice for someone, and then they right? They like back, not literally. They just sort of give you the brush off, or they're not they might be super grateful, but then like a day or two later, there's like making fun of you, or they're doing something to kind of keep you down. So this is a set of people, could be family, could be friend groups, whatever. The more spiritually aligned you become, the more triggered it makes them. Okay. And I just feel like some of you might have had that experience over the winter time, that it really is time to move on. So some of you are moving on from friends or family. There's some nice energy that you're going toward. Feels very stable and solid. It doesn't feel like you're going to abandon a way of life that was like rich and fulfilling and, you know, sort of go live in a tree. Okay. I don't feel like you're doing that. What are you eating, Charlie? He just stopped eating. I don't know what it is. All right. So the Judgment card. Here we go. Judgment card, 3 of Cups, Ace of Wands. Lots of aces in these readings recently. Ace of Wands showing up. The 6 of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. How much are you giving to people without them giving back much? How much are you helping or aligning with your specialness, with your skill, with your talent, and other people are either making fun of you or taking it for granted or something like that? And it's like time for you to stand up, or maybe it has been, this is a very healing, a throat chakra healing type of moment. So the future, healing, okay, with the Star card in the future. Recent past is the Sun. I feel like the Sun is, I mean, I'm doing this reading on the day of the eclipse. It's almost like coming my way. And I'm looking at that Sun card, and it's, you know, when we're talking about an eclipse, we're talking about, you know, a solar eclipse. So the moon is getting in between the earth and the sun. A lunar eclipse is where the earth gets between the moon and the sun. And we are in a solar eclipse right now. And I almost feel like this is activation energy. So I'm doing this right at the time of the eclipse. So there can be, you know, you're watching this on the 9th of April or maybe after that. And I just feel like there's something activated because you're showing up as the Judgment card. So some of you could have a spontaneous awakening or some kind of activation from this eclipse that is celebrated, or you're finding a new tribe that is celebrating this, or it's like you're moving away from this familial tribe. I do feel like some of you are moving away from family and going toward and finding a new family. All right. Completely finding a new family. I know this is a little confusing. The 7 of Cups in this, you don't really see how this might be unfolding, but the universe is like, we need you. Okay. We need you. You can't be hanging with this group of people. Not that it's like, oh, they're low vibe. Well, they could be low vibe, but like these people are not good people. That's not true. They do need a lot of help. They do need a lot of healing and everything like that, but they're not, it's like not yours to do. Your healing is about speaking up for oneself and moving toward your mission and purpose. I do feel like the people you're leaving behind are people who have chosen in their spiritual life. They don't even know this. This is like their contract or something like that with you, that their job is to kind of like get out of our lives. Like, you need to move on. You need to go. You need to move in another direction. They don't know this. They're just doing whatever they're doing. They don't know. Here's the moon. Queen of Pentacles, taking better care of oneself, standing up, speaking your truth, the Chariot, and the outcome card is the Empress. Wow. I'm speaking to a group of divine feminines. Tower, Three of Swords, Two of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Some of you, I mentioned this last week, some of you are, by doing this, by kind of standing up, my father used to call it standing up to be counted, and it's interesting that I'm channeling my father right now, who was somebody very Aquarian energy, and also someone who left a lot of work for me to do around father energy. He passed away when I was in high school, so there's a lot of void there, and there might be something. Whoever stepped into that void might have made things worse. Okay, I'm just saying. So if you had some kind of void growing up, or some kind of separation from your tribe, your family, some kind of loss, there was purpose and meaning for that. And I almost feel like some of you were stayed somewhere too long. Some of you stayed in a particular family system or marriage or something like that, like too long. It's okay. Okay. But now with this activation energy in Aries, it's sort of like pushing you through this new spiritual venture, it's sort of like, now I know where I'm going. Now I know what I'm doing. The Seven of Cups down here, I want to clarify that, because that's murkiness and confusion. The moon can be that too. It's over. Ten of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. Oh my God, yes. And the Six of Cups. So the murkiness, the confusion, this moon energy, this eclipse energy is kind of like dispelling, like clearing out. It is the most beautiful blue sky day here as I'm doing this recording. And you may have felt confused over the past few months during the winter. All right, we moved into spring in March, right? And we're only, a couple of weeks into spring. But there's something here about like the skies are clearing out. There's now the ability to, and throat chakra, by the way, is this blue, the same blue that I'm looking at out here in my beautiful sky out here. This is the communicate. You're really getting an aha moment about what you're supposed to be doing. So if I were you, when you see this, we're going to be in the eclipse energy for couple of weeks. So, I mean, it could even last longer than that, but give yourself the gift of setting an intention to go toward that which is being offered to you. Okay. What is being offered to me, and how can I do that? How can I go toward that? The card that's showing up here. So the moon card is really who we are, right? The sun is who we're becoming. You've become who you're becoming by doing this, by shifting toward and speaking your truth. The moon is who we are. It's like our inner feelings, our innermost expression of ourselves. The Queen of Pentacles is, okay, I'm going to take good care of myself. I'm moving away from this. Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords. I'm moving away from that. I just get the feeling that you might be surrounded by people who don't see your value. Doesn't make them bad people. It makes them not observant people, but there also can be jealousy. There also can be all of those things. So you might have some triggers going on as you move away from that that energy, feeling guilty or something like that. Like I should be able to talk to them or should be able to deal with this. Um, I think that's a waste of your energy because I do feel like you've been shining your light very brightly. And to stay in that place is dulling your shine. Okay. So I'm going to continue on with this. I will look at whatever blocks you might be dealing with. I am seeing here this kind of like maybe for a while here dragging one's feet because of feeling some kind of feeling, some kind of broken heart. Like, I don't want to leave this behind or, you know, but we're getting Tower here. And my mother, when she was passing away, I think I said this was in the Scorpio reading. I'm not sure, but she was saying to me that, yes, I think it was because Scorpio, we're talking about death, of course. Change happens. And like, she said to me, this was about her passing away. And she said, you know, they come for you and you can say no, but then one time you can't say no. Like she already knew this and she didn't pass away for another 6 months. So they must have informed her. But it's sort of like this. I feel like there's been a lot of trial and error on your part to sort of make something work. And the more spiritual you became, like the less it worked. And then, you know, I just get the feeling of like, okay, here's an off ramp. So it could be very innocuous. It could be very small. It could be a situation where you finally just say your truth. And like, that's the end of that kind of feeling. All right. So I'm going to continue on with this reading. We'll look at blocks. We'll look at what you don't see coming. I'll get some messages from Spirit, and I will look at the next 30 days, okay? If this is you. All right, link is below if you want to continue on with me. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.